All right, well, God bless everyone. Just gonna stop by and just create a classroom or a classroom, overall a classroom for those who want to learn about the Lord Jesus Christ. So I'm reading a book called The Jesus Revolution, Learning from Christ's First Followers. And I got to the point where it says reflect and discuss. And I wanted to reflect on this, on the first chapter that I read. And maybe next time I record, I'll probably touch that chapter and just focus on what it was referring to. But at the end, it has a time to meditate what we read and discuss about. And that's where I'm going to include whoever wants to read or hear this. The first one says, what are your assumptions about the early believers? How were they different from present day Christians? Remember, everyone is entitled to their own assumptions. I think everyone has a unique perspective of what being a Christian is, or you've probably seen growing up what your family thought what was being Christian or what it is to be Christian. Before I dive into this, I need everyone to understand that don't let your childhood traumas or your childhood experiences mess up what God has for you. And overall, I think we all suffer that we let our history determine our future, and that's the issue. But with God, we're going to figure it out and we're going to actually overcome this. So if it says, what are your assumptions about the early believers? How were they different from the present day Christians? My assumption to this is that the early day Christians were different because they actually seen and lived beside Jesus Christ. They were the first people to actually have access to this gift that we consider a gift because it's a beautiful sensation of feeling, a guidance. It's a unique way of entering the spiritual realm. We can't deny that there's not other gods. We have to accept that this world is a huge world, but yet small. And so many ethnic backgrounds, so many beliefs, so many traditions, so many religions. We're not the only ones. We have to remember that the Bible teaches that there were gods. In the time of the Old Testament, in the time of the New Testament, there were new gods. There were whole different gods. And if you are somebody who's going to watch this and your belief is different, remember, I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm not here to diminish your belief. I'm just here sharing my belief. And I think we all have to understand as mature individuals, hey, you live your life how you want to live it, and you just carry what you have to carry. So I'm going to dive into this. The early believers were different from present day Christians because the early believers had experienced what it was to see the miracles. Some of them actually felt and received miracles. Many of them actually seen miracles occur. The Bible teaches that there were a multitude of people following Christ for miracles and for food. There was a time where Jesus also had to let people know. He said, hey, look, you guys follow me because I feed you and I heal you. And many Christians today are those type of Christians. I'm one of them also. Remember, when I speak about this, I'm the worst of the worst, and I'm the best of the best in the Lord's eyes. And we're all the same. So the Christians today, they have it a little bit more difficult When I say difficult, I refer to the entertainment that there is in this world. It's nearly impossible, in my opinion, to get access to Christ if you're not actually getting guided by a man or a woman who has decided to follow the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God. I'm going to repeat that because I want everyone to know that spirits are real. And we live in the world of, hey, people just live their life, think it's normal to see, hear things, the supernatural. No, everything falls under spirits. But the spirit that we believe in as believers of God the Father, remember that God the Father is Jehovah. He is the one who has gifted us the opportunity to witness this so-called Messiah. If you're a Jew or if you're a Muslim, excuse me. I'm not here trying to diminish your belief. I'm just sharing with you my grades. Look at it as an exam. We simply just take exams of many categories. Don't feel too hard. Don't take it personal. Hey, that's what it is. We study a book and we take this exam. And the more you study and the more you allow what the Bible teaches, and you just get further into it, you're not wrong. You're not correct. Just respect. And maybe if you can, humble yourself and listen. We might just not be different at all. So the Christians today don't have that hunger and also don't have that, for example, references. For example, we don't see people getting healed everywhere we go. We don't see miracles happen everywhere we go. We don't see it happening everywhere we go. Majority of the times we're on the screen. Majority of the times we're just with friends. Majority of the times we're with family. Majority of the times we're just living. Maybe playing video games. Maybe just driving around. Or maybe honestly just working. Trying to be a better person. And sometimes we don't have time to actually dig into what this spiritual world is. And it's not something you should get overwhelmed with, but it's something you should consider. Just the same way you consider when you get hungry, you go and find something to eat because the hunger hits. And I give that, for example, because that's what it is. We are half spirit, we are half body, and we have a spirit that needs to eat. But the question is right now that I'm going to make, and you have to respond to it. Just think about it. What are you giving your spiritual life to eat? Are you giving it envy? Are you giving it lust? Are you giving it, hey, fornication? Listen, the world is so huge. We don't even understand it. But one thing that I can say is that with Christ, you will understand what's pure and what's good. And what's actually considered moral in the eyes of God. The pure God, you know. There's many gods, but the God we serve is a pure God, honest God. He is very holy, and we don't compare to him. We will never compare to him. So that's something I have to bring up. Don't be hard on yourself when it comes to trying to follow God. Okay, the present Christians also, I believe the present Christians have seen so much character traits from Christians, so much evil doings from Christians that you probably wouldn't believe a Christian person would do. And I get it. I am a witness of so much foul play within the holy so-called Christian communities. And, you know, I believe that's everywhere, every community, every religion, every family, every group of friends. We always see the foul in our day-to-day communications and activities. But the Christians today seem to just not care. That's another thing. Seem to just, hey, live the life. Hey, God gave us the ability to live, so let's enjoy it, which is totally fine. So that's my assumption for this. How are the early believers and the present day Christians different? Excuse me if I'm talking too much, but welcome to the group chat. So number 2 says, no longer were they staring upward. They were looking forward. How does this statement about the first Jesus follower apply to Christians today? Well, I believe, honestly, based off my experiences with the Lord, I've done a whole 360. Growing up, when I met the Lord, I did a whole 360. When I've seen this, I had to just take a moment and just say, hey, how many people experience what I experienced? How many people are hungry and are looking to feed their spirit something that is good? So I came on here and just wanted to share this. I'll repeat what it says. It says, no longer were they staring upward. They were looking forward. How does this statement about the first Jesus followers apply to Christians today? My answer to this is that the Christians today who follow the Lord, who have honestly decided to give up a little bit or sacrifice a little bit of time to get close to the Lord and understand the Lord, understand that they are moving forward. They're actually moving forward. I think this relates to many Christians because we as believers, overall believers of the faith, even if you're a believer or not, I think you suffer mental issues. When I say mental issues, I'm referring to anxiety, depression, or confusion, or just lack of courage. In this world of AI, let's put it like that, or just of overall internet, many people are just looking on screens and honestly believing everything they see. They look at such person live a life, they look at other person live a life, and they get overwhelmed. They're probably in a moment where they're like, whoa, what's going on? Why am I stuck? But us believers of the faith are blessed enough to understand that that's not for us. We're not focused on the materialistic things of the world. Obviously, we are in an amount where we understand that God provides the materialistic things that we need. As a child, I remember giving up certain things. For example, as a man, I think we all can relate to us being men, and as women, I'm gonna include a woman because she is important in this walk of Christ. We come to a point where we see certain things in our life where we know we need to change. We know we need to leave certain individuals because they either hurt us or just keep us stuck. We also know that we are growing up and we need to let go of certain substances, because if we don't let go of them, we're going to get stuck. We're going to be stuck. We're not going to prosper. We're not going to proceed. We're not going to progress. So as a believer, I believe we no longer look upward. I believe we no longer are stuck. We look forward. Any childhood trauma, any addiction, we honestly push forward. And that's the beautiful thing about this, that once you have the access to this power of God, you're just unstoppable. You're going to move forward. You're going to just reject the things that you know aren't good. It's going to be easier. For some people, they do it without the help of God, but that's different. That's just discipline. Discipline is one thing, and then honestly, the power of God is a different thing. They all have a mixture together. So that's my answer to this. Christians today who find the Lord aren't stuck. They aren't stuck in childhood traumas. They're not stuck in past relationships, they move forward. If you're one of them, hey, if you're one of them, congratulations, because it's important to understand that not many people want this, or it's just important to understand not many people find interest in this, which is okay. We have to respect every type of individual we encounter in our life. The third one says, how is your view of being a witness similar to or different from the first followers? Okay. For me, being a witness has been probably the best thing that could have happened to me. Because growing up, I was raised by a single mother. I had siblings, but as men, we focus on our own things. We get tough love. That's how they put it, tough love, right? And I was living a life typical as a single parent young man would. I'm a man, we feel like we know it all. We feel like we can do it all. And when I came to witness the power of Jesus Christ around maybe 14, 13, 15, around that time, through me being a witness of Christ, I gave up a lot of things. I gave up a lot of pleasures. Do I look back and maybe say, hey, do I regret that? Do I maybe regret certain things? And the answer will be no. If I look back at it, the answer is no. Because today I've been a man of a lot of good. I've been blessed. I've seen the situations in my life very differently compared to someone who has not met the Lord. Perhaps maybe you're one of those people. I want to say congratulations again. And if you can relate to this, hey, make a comment below. Maybe the person who reads it may receive help and guidance. And maybe the different things of the first followers that maybe I experienced is that I haven't paid a price. When I say paid a price, I refer to I haven't been persecuted as of today for Jesus Christ as the way they did. I remember growing up that, I probably encountered a couple people who probably disliked it and just probably, cursed at me or something like that. But that's normal, that's actually normal. But when I was younger, I didn't understand that I had to respect people's boundaries. But today I understand that, hey, I can't change people. Only the Lord can. And through his grace and his love, some people could change through me, but that's not my expectations or goal. So overall, to sum up this whole reflect and discuss, stay tuned. I think I'm going to do more of this. If you're someone who honestly wants to get close to the Lord and you feel the need to just get closer to the Lord, I'm going to try my best to continue to just share this book. If you want to go purchase this book, you can. It's a beautiful book. I read it maybe like one time, not completely, but every time I read it, it's just so beautiful. And I thank God for putting this in my hands, because we're all going to eat spiritually. So it's called The Jesus Revolution, Learning from Christ's First Followers. Stay tuned. God bless you. And may the Lord honestly guide you and just protect all of us. Amen.